I have been rebranding. I decided to change my identity online, and this has coincided with my youngest kid moving off to college. And this has been a major pivoting shift in my life. Of course, this also coincided with the cabin that I have received this summer from a kid. We put it together and I've been using it since late summer, early fall. And it's the only space on my property where I can honestly say no one else ever comes and interrupts me. It is my private space, my sanctuary, and it's been a long time coming. My kids are boomerang kids, which means they're not officially launched. They're going to be back and forth for a while, probably. It's not really possible for most people I know to launch their kids indefinitely, even as they enter their 20s, because it's expensive. Here in Canada and in the big cities, it's difficult to sustain enough income to forge your own path for many people. And so a lot of us are entertaining the idea of having multi-generational homes going forward, which if you don't have a mansion or a separate apartment or a nanny suite or something like that, it's gonna be interesting. Right now, my youngest is away at college in a dorm, and she'll be back in April, and we'll probably stay through the summer. And then I don't know what's going to happen in the fall. It depends on whether she can afford residence a second year or what she's going to do. I don't know. There is a possibility she's going to stay home, which means we're going to have to do some reorganizing in the house before she comes. And that's going to provide a lot of fodder for me to write about, to do content on, and we'll see how it. The other kid was here all summer, even though he graduated from his trade school, but he landed an apprenticeship finally, and it's out toward where my mom lives. So he asked her if he could move in with her to reduce his commute a little bit, and she said yes. And so grandma and grandson are living together, and that works for me too. Meanwhile, I sit here out in my bunkie and I do my thing, and my partner is doing his thing. He's working, or sometimes from home, sometimes, externally. We look after the beagle, and it's been a little bit of an adjustment. Um, Both of us have admitted that it was nice that the kids are not always around, and yet when they do come by, we really enjoy their visit. We enjoy connecting with them and having a relationship that's a little bit different from, hands-on parenting or youth sport parenting type of activities we've been doing all these years. They're both adults now, and it's different. It's really different. My youngest is only 18. She just turned 18 a month ago. So it's not like we flicked a switch and she's a completely different person. But having been away from home for a while, I can see the maturity, and it's kind of exciting. At the same time, this has really affected me in terms of my identity and the kind of content that I produce or I want to produce. I've been trying to figure out who I am when I'm not a mom or a chauffeur or a housekeeper or, a youth sports scheduler and all that. And, I don't know. I don't know who I am anymore. And having the space now, my own cabin to figure this out has been so incredibly wonderful. It's going to be a ride. A new venture, a new adventure has started for me and for the whole family. And yeah, we've turned a page, which incidentally is now the name of my new identity. I started with a YouTube channel. I have some YouTube channels that I've played around with to practice a little bit, but I never had a niche, and it didn't go anywhere. And I thought, okay, I would really like to have a much more focused YouTube channel. Maybe not a very strict niche, but niching down some of the content. And I started doing this by exploring ideas, doing research, and it's taken me a while. And I came up with a new name for that YouTube channel. And the name is Always Turning Pages, which I thought was very apt, particularly because I am also a writer. Writing has always been central to my identity. I can't help but write. And even when I don't publish things I write about, I'm still a writer. There is always a reason why I have to sit down at a keyboard or take pen in hand with a notepad or a journal or something and jot down things. That's just my identity, or one of my identities. But at the same time, I'm not, or have not until now, monetized most of my content, and that was never really the intention anyway. But now I'm thinking maybe I can do something going forward and focus more attention on niche content and see if it will take me somewhere new and exciting and possibly monetized. Always Turning Pages is currently the name of one of my apps, YouTube. And although I have content saved as a draft in that channel, it hasn't been launched yet. But I'm going to populate some shorts into that YouTube channel just to get it started and launch it officially in January. But it's live, there's nothing there, but you can go check out the header if you want. I'll leave the link below if you'd like to take a look at it. And simultaneously with that YouTube channel, I started thinking about my Substack. Now, my Substack has been on and off again, and I'm trying to figure out as well what direction I want to take it, and I decided to rebrand my Substack as well. I gave it the same name. My Substack publication has now moved away from Room with a Door because I have a room with a door now. I don't need a publication with that name anymore. I have this little cabin now, and I decided to follow suit with the YouTube channel and call my new publication Always Turning Pages. For those of you who are Gen X, maybe late boomer or something like that, maybe early millennials, we know what this time right now entails with older kids or kids that have just left or kids that are coming back, possibly starting, the whole grandparent route and all this stuff, the empty nest, the boomerang kids, the multi-generational living, all of this. It's a lot, and a lot of people are trying to wrap their head around how they're going to continue, because clearly something has changed from then when the kids were young and needed hands-on parenting to now when they do and don't need us as much or in a different capacity. It's like every time we hit some type of a milestone, we turn a page. We enter a new chapter, then we turn a page again. We go into another chapter. And I thought it was very appropriate. I'm really connected to this new rebranded name for my publications. And so my Substack and my YouTube channel are going to go with that name. My website, of course, is still the original writer of words, etc. And I'm going to keep it that way until it expires sometime next year in 2026. And then I'll figure out whether I want to change the name or not. Probably I will. It's a clunky name. I always knew it was a clunky name, but over 4,000 subscribers on WordPress know me by that name. And so I'm a little hesitant to break up with that identity because I am, after all, still a writer of words, and the etc. at the back of it, it gives me opportunity to branch out and do something different in addition to the writing, and I like that. Same thing with my Instagram. It is connected to my website as writer of words, etc., but I will change the profile thingy at the bottom there and enter the new information for those of you who are interested. I may even start a new Instagram handle. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. But for now, yeah, I am really excited to start something new that is a little more focused, a little more intentional, and a little more niched. And I hope you stick with me or join me if you haven't yet. And yeah, we'll travel this journey together. Always turning pages. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe. It will really help my channel.